Hey view riders, how's it going? Today I've been asked a few times to do a review on the Shoei Neotec 2, which is here. So yeah, finally got around to it, and here we go. So I've owned this helmet for probably about 3-4 years now, I'd say. Probably longer than that, actually. Probably about 4 years, I'd say. So coming up to that 5-year point where you start to think, is it worth getting a new helmet? But that's something for another day. I had the previous Neotec one before, and I was happy with that. Just there were a few feature improvements on the 2 which made it worthwhile for me to upgrade, I think, such as the vents, and also you can ride it legally with the visor, with the lid flipped up mechanism, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I'd say it's a definite improvement on the previous model, like in terms of venting, also noise control, and obviously being able to ride with the visor mechanism up. So let's go on to the pros first, shall we? So it's quite a light helmet for a flip front anyway, so no complaints. It's comfortable to ride all day long. Got no issues with that. Obviously the mechanism to open the visor is easy to use, and then you hear it click up there, like that. The vents are simple, very easy to use. You've got 2 stages on the top, 1, 2. It is a bit mean, by the way, so I know my helmet needs a clean. Sorry. Yeah, so the vents are simple to use. What else we got? The visor is simple to change. You need to be in a closed position. Open the visor, and you've got these quick releases here. Bit fiddly, but is a firm tug. So yeah, I'm not going to show you the other side, and get it back in, find the hole, and pop it back like that. Yeah, so visor changes are quick and simple, no problems at all. If you've got your visor up and you want to lift the front mechanism, you can do it, no problems at all. Yeah, so quick visor changes. I like the fastening system, it's really simple to use, like seatbelt style. Ratchet, in and out, bosh. Yeah, so good fastening system. In terms of noise on the road, it's sort of medium quietness. It's quieter than the previous model Neotec, I'd say, but it's still, I think, with these flip fronts, there's always some wind gets in, isn't there? So through like all the gaps. So it's always going to be a compromise. Oh, I didn't show the sun visor mechanism, which is simple to use. Just that bit there, easy as that, and it works quite well. Yeah, so it's quietness is sort of, I'd say, on a medium scale. So it's not quietest helmet I've had, but it's also not the loudest. As I said before, it's comfortable for all day riding. I've got no issues. It's a good looking helmet as well, I think. It looks, especially in this matte black. I prefer this over the more shouty colours available. So obviously you can legally ride with the flip front up, like that. I wouldn't advise riding too far with that, because it does catch the wind, so you do get pushback. The padding is all easy to get out. I'm not going to do it now, but it's just literally some clips there. You can, so yeah, it's simple. Then you just push them back in. You can hear them clip. It says, that's better. There we go. Yeah, it all comes out, so it's all washable. Screen's gone off. Yeah, so all the inside comes off, so everything is washable. As I said, it's just some retaining clips in there, just pulls out. The interesting fact, I brought this is the second helmet I've actually had, because the first one I did replace under warranty, because this part here, every time you took it off your head in summer with a lot of sweat and that, it was sticking to my head, and it was literally pulling all the lining out. So yeah, that was interesting. Trying to explain that to the sports bar shop when I took it back, but yeah, it's like you put it on your head, and every time you took it back off, the lining would pop out, and you'd have to spend ages popping it back in. So yeah, that was replaced under warranty. So yeah, that's an interesting fact. Where are we? So yeah, we can lead a rider with a flip up part up. Obviously, the padding is easy to take out and wash. Obviously the Bluetooth, the Sena SRL2 Bluetooth integrates really nicely, so you can see that there. It's the speakers are inside. I'm not gonna be able to. Yeah, you know the draw, you know what they are. They're just here. So yeah, they're just regular helmet speakers. So that's about it for the positives. Let's go on to the bad parts of the Neotec 2. So even with the pin lock in properly, like sealed, you still get some misting up on the front of the pin lock in cold weather. So you can't wear the chin guard. You need to have some airflow going through to clear that moisture. But with the breath guard in, it's even worse. So in winter, you have to have the vents open, just to keep that pin lock as clear as possible. It's not the only helmet to suffer with that, I know, but I think pin lock systems are good up to a point, but they're not perfect. The vents are okay, but I wouldn't say they're massively effective in summer. I mean, you can feel the air, but coming through, but they're not the. I wouldn't say they're the best vents I've ever used on a helmet. Yeah, when they do work, you can feel them, feel the air rushing through, but yeah, not the best ones, I'd say. Also, the mechanism needs a firm click sometimes. It's sometimes you think it's closed, like now, well, it is, but sometimes I've closed it and it's not actually engaged. So I've been riding along, and then also I've touched my helmet, and all of a sudden it flips up. So many innuendos. But yeah, so you need to, when you close it, just give it a firm shove to make sure it is actually locked in place and won't come undone in an accident. Also, the price of these are still a bit salty. Last I checked, they're about, I think the cheapest one was about 480 or something. So yeah, they're still an expensive helmet. I could be wrong. I don't know. I actually forgot to check for this video, but there you go. If I remember, I'll put a price on the screen for what they are currently at Sports Bike Shop. So yeah, its price is still a bit salty, considering it's a reasonably old helmet now, isn't it? So it's been out for a while. I'm sure it must be time for the free coming up soon. But yeah, apart from that, you know, it's a great helmet. Got no complaints. Oh, it is a bit of a pain in the backside to fit a GoPro anywhere on it, being a flip front. I have got this chin mounts from a company called Chin Mount. This chin mount from a company called Chin Mount. But I had one before, and the glue failed on it, so I've got another one now. And I've not actually done any recording with this new one yet, so we'll see how long this one lasts. But yeah, fitting a GoPro on a flip front helmet is a bit of a nightmare. So next we'll move on to the Sena SRL2 unit and how I rate that. So obviously got screen's gone off again, sorry. Need to change that in the settings. It's seamless integration with a helmet, so you got your main part there. There's your, just under that little flap is your charging port, micro USB. Just there is your control unit, so you got your plus, minus. Turn it on, you have to press the plus and minus together.
Hello. Phone connected.
And there you go, and then it should start flashing. To tell you it's on. Yeah, so turn it off. I mean, so controlling it on the go. So if you've got someone connected to your intercom, you'll press that middle button, easy enough, and that should connect to them.
Intercom failed.
Okay, intercom failed, so obviously no one on intercom. Press and hold to play your music. Not going to play any now because otherwise I would get a full fan of the copyright laws, wouldn't I? YouTube. Then you got plus and minus, obviously to turn volume up and down. There are other settings that you can play with, such as making phone calls, and to be honest, I don't really bother with it. I'm just using it mainly for the intercom. If someone does ring you when you're riding, you can just press the button to answer. There is also a voice recognition function, which I don't recommend using it because it acts up a bit sometimes. That can pop up when you're not expecting it. But those are the main functions I use. What else can we say about it? So again, I'd say for what it is expensive. The SRL2, there's no get away from it. So I think last I looked it was about 250 quid. It's a lot of money when you can get another cheap Sena for about less than 100 quid now. Battery is not as good as a standalone Bluetooth communication unit. Yes, I find it doesn't last as long as the I can't remember which model I had before, but I had a Sena before, and the batteries seem to last a lot longer. Sound wise, it's about average. I mean, it's not quite loud enough for music if you're wearing earplugs. The intercom function does work well. I mean, other riders' voice is clear in there until you reach like sort of naughty speeds. Can be difficult to connect to other Bluetooth units, other intercom units, especially if you're using it as a universal intercom. I did manage to connect to my niece's Cardo once, and once it was working, it worked out absolutely fine. But we had to reconnect every single time we turned them off. So yeah, that was a bit of a ball ache. But yeah, apart from that, it does work. I mean, if all your mates have got Sena units, then yeah, it's not a problem at all. It does crash quite a bit, so you need to keep a paperclip with you at all times to reset it. And the reset button is quite difficult to access. You have to pull the flap down, and it's just here, so you have to pop the paperclip in that little tiny hole there. So yeah, overall, the SRL2 and the actual Neotec 2, it's a great combination. I'd highly recommend. It's not a cheap solution, but it's comfortable, all day comfortable. It's a good looking helmet, and everyone likes a good looking helmet, don't they? Shoeis also seem to fit my head perfectly, so that's always a bonus. I can't think of anything else to say. There are more functions to the SRL2, as I've said, but I don't really use them, so I can't really speak about them with any authority. You just have to find a standalone review. Sorry, that was just a bit of a bonus part. Yeah, but overall, very happy with it, and when the 3 comes along, it'll definitely be worthy of my consideration, and it should be worthy of your consideration too. Actually, you can. I said about prices are expensive, but they do come up quite occasionally on, quite often actually on offers. So it's always worth waiting for when those special offers come up, where you get to save £100 or so, especially if you don't mind the more boring colour schemes. So there you go. Thanks for riding with me on this one, V-Riders. See you on the next one. Over and out.